I wouldn't advise anyone to like basically live the life I'm living. This year I've moved to New York and I'm enjoying my success, and it's the first time I've come into some hate. Getting my mum and dad a car, paying my mum and dad's mortgage off. I will never let anyone tell me that Oddmuse isn't a slow fashion brand. Flying business, someone's in first class. You're in first class, someone's flying private. Last year we took 24 million, and this year honestly we're aiming for...
I'm Isobel Lorna and you're watching Passenger Princess. Welcome to Passenger Princess. In the driver's seat today, we've got Aimee Smale, who is the founder of the leading UK fashion brand, Oddmuse.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very happy to be in this car. I've never actually been in your car before.
In this country?
Yeah, in this country, but I've never been in this famous KA before.
Yeah, the KA.
The KA that is still running.
Yeah, somehow still running. We've got a taped up wing mirror on this side.
We've got a dash cam that's pointless, really.
And we've got no windscreen wiper on the back because someone pulled it off years ago and I never replaced it.
Right, okay.
But
well, yeah,
we're in here and we're rolling. I think the best way to start this episode is to tell people how we actually met, because I feel like people don't actually know.
No, I don't feel like people actually like put us together and know that we've actually been friends for quite a long time.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was... How many years ago was this now?
2021?
2022 it was.
2022?
No, I was 22.
2020,
It was
I first knew you.
Okay, so 2021 then. And Oddmuse didn't have a TikTok account. And I was just like looking for someone to create content because I was doing this event in LA. And I was like, I actually don't have anyone to create content. So I basically just really last minute messaged Isobel. And she booked a flight to LA.
Yeah. But
I'd not met you before, and we basically met for the first time in LA.
And
I remember explaining it to my boyfriend, like Josh, on the way there, and he was like, "What? Who?" And yeah, we was hiking together, going for breakfast.
Yeah, because I'd literally just quit my job to launch For Social, and I was in that weird phase where I didn't really have anything to do.
Yeah.
And because Aimee obviously came to me with this big opportunity, I was like, well, I may as well just ask her if I can go to LA and film for her instead of me telling you what to film.
I know as well. And you did take a risk there because you flew yourself out, you got yourself a hotel. Like I was just like looking for someone to like mood board, and I was going to get a content creator, like just an assistant out there. But yeah, I feel like in that moment you did what a lot of people don't do. You took a risk. Like you just quit your job and you spent X amount like getting yourself out there. Because like that wasn't in your interest from a money point of view, because you had to spend thousands to get out there. But I
just saw an opportunity, like Oddmuse, LA. Like we got to meet all the Selling Sunset girls.
Yeah, exactly. So your like first job with Voir was that, and like what an event.
Oddmuse, Catch LA.
Yeah.
Like what a funny day.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can actually remember about that day was going to In-N-Out Burger afterwards because we were so overwhelmed and tired and stressed, and then me and Aimee literally fell asleep on the way back. Yeah that was such a fun trip. But yeah, I think that's what a lot of people don't know, that like we didn't have a TikTok account then, and we kind of like started it, and you started our TikTok account. Yeah, I started the Oddmuse TikTok account, and I think the reason the Oddmuse TikTok account did so well when we first started was because I was like, right, Aimee, you need to be in the TikToks. Like, it needs to be all about you. And we would literally, I would turn up to the office that's not even the office anymore.
No.
Your first
It was like a
office,
warehouse.
Yeah, I would turn up and I'd be like, right, film this. And it was just me and Aimee in this like little office in the middle of Essex, like in the middle of nowhere, like making TikToks, and everyone loved it because it was just you in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And I think that has literally what's carried your brand all the way through, has always been you, and it's so nice to see that it started from you on the TikTok and you're still on the TikTok now.
Absolutely.
That is Oddmuse and that is Aimee.
And I do think it's important for brands to like branch out of being like a TikTok brand, but it's still like you should still have that fun side to you. I used to put a lot of pressure on TikTok. Now it is just a fun thing to show our personality. It's not like our main key thing for sales anymore, but people love it. Like it's good for community. But yeah, that's in a whistle-stop tour of how we met.
Okay, let's move on, and I want you to show everyone what handbag you've got today and what's inside.
Oh, you did warn me this was going to happen.
I did warn you, but have you cleared your bag out?
No. Well, you told me not to. So I actually don't know what these are called. They're like the St. Louis totes.
I don't know either.
I think
Is it
they're like
PM? St. Louis PM?
something like that.
I remember when you got that actually. You really
in a
wanted
really
it.
cool colour that like everyone always asks me about. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, I think it was limited edition. I love this bag because I've travelled from New York and you just pack it and it goes flat.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. It's
cram it
such
in
a
anywhere.
good travel bag. Right. Right. Where do we start?
I think we should start with that thing poking out on there.
This hairbrush.
No, the packet.
Right, so I'm very hungover today and I never eat crisps. And at 8 a.m. this morning, I needed a packet of salt and vinegar crisps. And I bumped into an Oddmuse fan and she probably thought, what a mess. Next, I have 1, 2...
Oh my God. 3 phones?
3 phones.
I've actually
All of them are cracked.
I've actually got 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
3 phones that are cracked. I've got my new little digi vlogging camera and
Oh,
some
I want to
pimple
get one of
patches.
these. Stuck with her. And the wind coming in. Okay, well, slay, pimple patches.
I've got a hairbrush, a hair extension, 2 purses, oh, and a charger.
I love this as just like literally
Get
just
on in there.
a hair
Oh,
extension.
two hairbrushes. 2 of the same hairbrush. This is so embarrassing. A charger and some wired headphones that have just...
This is very type B, but do you know what? Something I like about
I don't
me and
feel
Aimee
bad
is
about
that
this
we're
because
type
I've
Bs.
just seen Isobel's cutlery drawer and that's just...
Thanks a lot. That's even worse. I call it my everything
A little
drawer.
deodorant, why not? Hair clip. Are we really doing this all?
Yeah.
I've got
Clearing it out at the same
I've got
time.
both my car keys.
Hope no one else wants to drive it today.
Both my car keys. I've got some like makeup just like stuffed here and some more keys. I've got about 10 lipsticks. My Aura charger for my Aura ring.
Which lipstick would you reach for in there? What's your favourite one?
Oh, I don't really know. I like these ones, the Fenty
Cute.
gloss sticks. What else have I got? I've got
2 Apple pens.
I've got this that's never got any charge. No, I've got 2 Apple pens, but I do think there's a third one somewhere. I think there's a
3 Apple pens because one's not enough.
3 Apple
This
pens.
is how much you're sketching every day.
No, because basically the story of these is every time I get to the airport, I'm like, I forgot my Apple pencil, and my favourite thing to do on a plane is sketch. So I'll buy a new one and then I'll just dig around in my bag and find the other one. So that's how we've got to 3.
That's what I do with adapters.
Yeah.
Got 50
yeah.
at home.
I've got some floss.
Nice.
And then I've just got like random like packaging.
Love it.
I think that's about it. That's as willing as I'm able to embarrass.
This is a very plan B handbag.
Yeah. And then some like grotty makeup brushes.
Lush.
And yeah, that's what's in my bag. That's, yeah, who's going to buy my clothes now?
Everyone.
But
Everyone.
yeah, 2 purses, 3 phones, 2 hairbrushes.
And now I've got hair all over my car, which I just got valeted yesterday.
Are you doing a what's in your bag? Or?
No.
Oh.
It's about you, hun.
Give me that bag. Don't let me leave without that. I'm gonna leave the packet of crisps in here.
Don't forget your spot badges. Right, I think it would be good to go right back to the beginning. Tell us how you started Oddmuse, why you started it. Just go right back.
So I was working at ASOS at the time and progression was just slow. I kind of knew I wasn't going to get where I wanted to get in life staying there. I'm not the most patient person in the world and I just didn't want to wait. And I don't know, just being there, I felt like I'd learned a lot. It was also being just like young and wanting to take that risk. And for me, it was like I wanted to leave uni and come into this abundance of money and like go shopping all the time. And the first experience when you leave uni and getting your first job is always like that first paycheck. And I just never experienced that because I was just on such a low wage and I was spending so much to get there. And with the little money I did have left, there was nothing I wanted to buy. There was no one bridging the gap in between luxury fashion and fast fashion. And it kind of just leaves like young women with no resort but to shop fast fashion. So Oddmuse is and always has been a response to fast fashion and introducing a slower side to fashion. And we do that through timeless silhouettes, like pieces that you genuinely want to wear year on year. Quality, pieces that sustain quality over the years. And yeah, that's kind of like what Oddmuse is and always sort of has been and always will be. And I think sometimes with the growth of the company, sometimes people might think differently, but our values are always that. We've slowed down consumer spending for so many young women. Like I have so many people that reach out and say, you have changed the way I shop.
Yeah, because even when I was working in corporate and Aimee first sent me her blazers, I was still doing a PLT order on a Wednesday to go out on a Friday.
Yeah.
Every week it was like PLT, ASOS, Boohoo. What can I find to wear on Saturday night
and it's just stressful.
that's going to come in time?
Yeah.
And it was like a 30 quid dress that probably looked absolutely terrible.
And you like don't even remember that dress.
And you don't remember, and then you throw it to the side, or you give it to a mate, and it always ends up in the bin.
Yeah, always.
Always.
That's what I wanted to sort of like challenge, because there's so many questionable outfits I've had over the years. I don't know where them clothes are.
Yeah.
And it's like starting Oddmuse, I kind of like wear the same thing all the time, but I can style it differently and I love it every time I wear it.
There's definitely been a shift in outfit repeating, which is something I put on my page all the time. I wear the same stuff all the time.
Yeah, it's so much easier.
I like the blazer, I like the top, I like the set, I'm gonna wear it.
Yeah.
Like I found a tracksuit in Zara 3 months ago. I love it so much. I went and bought 6 in every single colour, and I've got a whole drawer of them because I love them. I wear them all the time. I don't care. Do you know what? It makes me easier to remember.
Yeah.
If I'm always wearing the same things,
that's very true.
Easier to remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's nothing wrong with wearing something over and over again. If you like it, you feel comfortable in it.
No.
And I feel like Oddmuse has had such. To me personally, Oddmuse is one of the brands, one of the things, one of the communities in the UK that really shifted that movement, because there was a time when it was getting really bad.
Yeah.
And PLT was massive, Boohoo was massive.
Yeah.
And then we've had this shift in companies coming in like Oddmuse and really slowing it down. And that to me is sustainability.
Yeah.
More sustainable shopping.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their own definition of what sustainability is. But it can't be everything. Like, if you want to be everything, you just can't buy clothes.
Yeah.
You literally, if you want to be fully sustainable.
To me, controversially, if you want to be a sustainable buyer, you don't buy anything.
Yeah.
You literally don't buy anything.
Because everything, and everything contributes to people's problems with sustainability.
Yeah.
Even honestly, even the people who comment on against brands on TikTok, like, if you're into sustainability, you need to delete your TikTok account.
Yeah.
Like, TikTok shop is like the biggest pandemic next to fast fashion.
Yeah.
And it's like, you need to delete your TikTok account. So it's like, it is so, I did a video on it being subjective and that created outrage. But what I meant by that is, it is complex. It isn't just like a one size fits all with sustainability.
Yeah.
It is, what are your efforts? So from Oddmuse's point of view, I'm not going to lie, I kind of went into Oddmuse not knowing anything about fabrics. But what I did know is that fast fashion don't treat people very well. They don't pay people very well. They put a lot of pressure on them from a timeline point of view. So my first thing as like a 21-year-old girl starting a business was, I just want to make sure that like this company I'm working with is like a reputable company and they treat people well. And the people at that time was the most important thing to me. And obviously the fabrics being able to sustain the quality, which they always have been able to. And I've obviously got people that are wearing their blazers 5 years later.
Exhibit A.
Yeah.
This blazer I'm wearing right now is the first ever blazer Aimee sent me. I kept it all these years. It's gone to the
office with you.
I've worn it to death.
Yeah.
And it still literally looks amazing, feels amazing. Like, no issues with it. Nothing's fallen off, nothing's snagged, nothing's broken.
Yeah.
This blazer has literally been through everything.
Yeah.
It's been to Burgess Salmon where I used to work. It's been to my corporate job. It's been on Bond Street when I used to go and take my first Instagram photos.
Yeah, I remember them.
It's been everywhere. Like, I think this has even been to a funeral and back. Like, it's been everywhere. And this is the example of what I describe as
slow fashion. Like, that's
slow fashion.
And that's why we don't really claim to be sustainable, because there's such a responsibility that comes with that term. But I would never let anyone tell me that Oddmuse isn't a slow fashion brand, because it is, and it's got the data and the customers and the product to fully support that.
I think
so. Yeah,
a better word for sustainability to me is like the kind of audiences that me and Aimee have. I would never ever try and push everyone to be 100% sustainable. You need to be realistically sustainable, which is buying less.
You have to be reasonable
and buying better.
Yeah.
No one's going to stop buying every single thing. Like, it's just unrealistic. But
absolutely,
we want everyone to be realistically sustainable. Which is
like not wasteful,
rewearing, buy better, buy less.
Buying something that you know you're going to wear a million times over.
Take stuff to the charity shop. When you're finished with it, let someone else buy it, let someone wear it.
Yeah.
I think that is a much better angle.
It's all about making an effort. It's not about, we're never going to, as a whole, like world and society, we're never going to get it done criticising each other on how sustainable you are. It's got to be everyone's making an effort and small changes in what they're doing day to day. And that's truly what's going to help. Making TikToks and trying to like tear brands down, it isn't helpful.
No.
So, yeah, that's how I kind of feel on that.
So, question. Do you think Oddmuse would have seen the same level of growth it did at the start if Lorna Lux, who is actually now one of both of our good friends, wore the blazer?
Whenever you ask Lorna about this, she's so modest about it. I think it was a synergy of right person, right time, right product. Like, Lorna could have posted about a different brand with not as good of a product. So I think it gave me a moment sooner than I thought. But the momentum it gave me and what we then did with it was, you know, down to Oddmuse 100%. And yeah, it has to be a perfect synergy. Like,
that really kind of was a perfect.
It was a complete meant to be moment. It was meant for Oddmuse at that time. I remember I just wanted Lorna to wear it because to me, Lorna she's such a good influencer. She's so real. She's fun. Like she's just that fabulous.
She's Lorna Lux.
She's Lorna Lux. And, you know, when I was working at ASOS, if Lorna tagged any of the brands, it would be like, we'd call it the Lorna Lux effect in the office. And she's so influential for the right reasons. I wanted her more than anyone. Everyone would say, who do you want in the whole world? Like, you could pick anyone. And I just kept saying, I want Lorna Lux because I know this is her audience. I know this. I wouldn't have even cared how many followers she had at that point. It was more so like the life she was living and the content she was putting out. It was just very aligned. I just knew straight away that we would be good friends. And I think that's why I wanted her to wear the blazer. And then, you know, she bought it on her own accord. Messaged me saying she's going to Paris to buy her first ever Hermes bag and she wants to wear it. And I was just
that was it, I remember.
Yeah, she was buying her first Kelly bag.
And do you know what I find incredibly weird that makes me think like everything in the universe is aligned like to your path is Lorna Lux was the first influencer I ever followed. I used to message her about which handbags I wanted to buy. She would reply. Everyone knows that
always
Lorna Lux replies and that's why everyone loves her.
Yeah.
So Lorna Lux is the first ever influencer I ever really followed. And then Oddmuse is like one of the first brands I ever
kind of worked with.
Yeah. Like, remember the planner? You sent me the planner.
Yeah.
The Oddmuse planner. I made a little video. Oh, it's so cute looking back. But that was so Isobel Lorna. Like, the Oddmuse planner was like such a pivotal part of like Isobel Lorna working in corporate.
Yeah.
Like, I'm lugging around this heavy planner. Look how big it was. But I just find it so odd that like Oddmuse, Lorna and Aimee, like these three things all aligned and now we've ended up all being really good mates.
Going to Saint Tropez on Saturday.
Yeah. And it's like, that just makes me think that like everything in the universe is aligned.
100%.
Because it's just too weird to all be friends.
100%. But yeah, I feel like we would have seen that success, but I don't know if we would have seen it so soon. Like Lorna picked this blazer up within 2 weeks of launching.
Yeah.
But then my thing was a lot of brands will have a moment like that with influencers and they don't know what to do next. I come from a buying background. I was chasing stock. I was getting it in. I was communicating to my manufacturers like she was just launched her business as well. I was saying like we have such an opportunity here. We need to like bulk buy our fabric and make sure we've got like this constant flow of blazers. Whereas like a lot of people like let things sell out and don't know how to do it. Whereas I was
it.
like, we need the units, we need to put it on pre-order now. The audience is going to get fatigued. They kind of want to buy it now.
This is another example of like when we first start working with like a new client of War Social, I'll always look at the business and think, right, is this business like a clock? Because inside of a watch or a clock, there's all these little things that make the watch turn perfectly. And when you're running a business, you have to have every single part of the business perfected and doing well for the social media to work. You can't just get a good social media agency and be like, right, blow the brand up.
Yeah.
Because if they blow the brand up, then there's no stock to buy or the product shit when it arrives.
100%.
It doesn't work. So it's like you have to have this perfect clock that's ticking around all the parts.
And I think that is like, that just explains perfectly like how hard it is to run a brand, because it literally has to be a perfect synergy of everything, and
as soon as
so
one
much pressure
thing stops working, the clock stops ticking.
Yeah, exactly. I love that analogy.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to use that.
Yeah. So one thing you love doing on the internet is crying.
Yeah.
You love a cry, and we love it because it's real.
We love it, right? I've untapped, since I've moved to New York, I've like untapped this like new American audience that think it's the strangest thing in the world. I'm like, you must be new here.
Yeah.
Like, I cry all the time. I'm an Aries. Like, if you're crying, I'm crying.
Yeah.
And
we're both Aries.
Yeah, that's quite different actually. We must be. We need to look into
because
like.
I don't cry, I get angry, and I take out on other people.
Yeah, we need to look into that. We must have like a different like. I'm like a true Aries. Like anyone who's like a bit iffy with all their star signs, I'm like rising. Everything is Aries, so I'm like the purest Aries.
Wait,
you'll ever meet.
What date are you? 7th.
I'm the 1st of April.
Oh, I'm 3rd. Oh yeah, I always forget how close we are.
Yeah.
I'm the worst with birthdays. I can't remember anyone's birthdays.
No, I don't.
Mum, it's the 12th of July, I think, my mum's birthday, but I always get it wrong. That's terrible. I don't even know my mum's birthday. Type B.
Yeah.
So.
Crying on the internet.
So the question I was going to ask you related to that is, what's one thing you wish that more people knew about you?
I don't really know. Like, I feel like any content I put out on my personal TikTok is with the 2 minutes in my working day I have. So I feel like that's why you see me cry, and that's why you see like every single moment, because I don't really hide anything. I don't really know.
I feel like I could probably answer for you.
Go on.
I would probably say similar to what I would respond to that, which is like, you're actually just a normal girl.
Yeah.
Like, you're just a 28-year-old
But
girl.
I do feel like people do know that. I think that's part of my brand. Like, everyone's like, how is like, I don't have like a wealthy family. I had a normal job. I also like, I'm unbelievably involved with my company. Like, I'm not like the face of it or anything like that. I am in the office or on my iPad like 12 hours a day. So I think people...
something people don't know as well, which I feel you only really know if you work in the industry, is there are a lot of brands who have a founder.
Yeah, and they have a co-founder. Yeah.
They're just the face. They don't, you know, it might appear that they're doing stuff.
Yeah.
They're not.
The responsibility is very much shared. And I think that's one thing I wish people knew about me, like what I am doing across Oddmuse, my personal brand, all these things. Like, I literally, Josh tells me all the time, like, what you do is impossible. Like, this week I've had like 4 flights. I'm here, I'm doing a panel after this. Like, I've launched a collection yesterday. I've gone out with my team. Like, it's like, I just am doing like what I wouldn't advise anyone to like basically live the life I'm living right now. But I think I wish people knew how like hard I work and how impossible it is.
And it's hard to show it, because something I worry about all the time is that I only really post TikToks and content about the things I do when I go away and plan content.
Yeah.
No one sees me most days, which I'm just sat at my little desk upstairs.
Yeah.
Or like I'm literally filming with a client that you don't even know
I think that goes for you as well. Like, I don't think people realise how hard you work.
Because realistically,
but you don't really
not
care to put that on your socials. No. But you've only got to like really just like take a look at your TikTok and look at
the volume. People say to me, like, how do you post so much?
Like, the creativity and the editing and just, like, I think people maybe don't know that about you.
But it's hard. The way I describe it to people is all the work I'm doing for myself and other people is on my phone. Yeah. So how am I going to capture that and show you? Because I'm filming on the phone, I'm using it. So there's no way to actually show you what I'm doing. I'm constantly, I don't even have my screen time turned on because genuinely, I think
horrific.
it would say like 16 hours a day. Like it's
Easily.
horrific. My eyesight's gone. I can barely see anything because I'm always looking at my phone. But I always try and say to people, like, this is the life I wanted that I've set up
100%.
for myself. Like, you will never hear me complaining. Like, it's always other people complaining at me.
Yeah.
Oh, my boyfriend says, I've come round to spend time with you and I've gone to bed and it's midnight and I haven't even spoken to you yet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's nothing I can do. My mum's constantly on at me.
Sometimes I do feel like that when I'm like getting upset and stuff, but I never really complain. Like I'm just get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like you can be tired and you can cry, but I've never once been like, I hate Oddmuse or I don't want to do this anymore. Or I've never complained about my life. But yeah, there's been so many moments where I've been like overwhelmed and like even kind of like doubted myself. Like I'm not going to lie, Oddmuse is an absolute beast. And if you look into the structure of any company that is my size, there is a whole C-suite of CEOs, chief marketing officers. I don't have any of that. Like it is literally just me. Only this year have I started hiring like more senior management level, but still no one at like a C-suite level. So that comes with its territory because there's no one really trying to lead a business like Oddmuse at my experience. But I truly believe no one could do Oddmuse the way I do it. So until I feel differently about that, I'll be, standing at the top.
And I think the thing with social media nowadays is we post all this stuff and we are essentially posting the highlights.
Yeah.
So it's so easy to take one glance at something and think, oh, Amy's like always on a jolly, like having a good time.
Do you know what I think's interesting for me though? Like I'm 5 years into Oddmuse and we've seen the brand saw success pretty much straight away. And my experience sharing on the internet has been nothing but positive until recently. And what I find interesting is I spent the first 4 years slugging my guts out, getting my mum and dad a car, paying my mum and dad's mortgage off, doing all these things for other people. This year, I've moved to New York and I'm enjoying my success. And it's the first time I've come into some hate. And I think that's so awful.
Yeah. And you know what they say, like, everyone will clap for you until you essentially overtake them or they see you reaping the hard work. I was just
thinking about that last night. Like, my experience has just been so positive while I was doing all these things for other people. And then the second I've tried to just move to New York and do something for me, it's like just... hate. And it's been my first experience, and I think that's why I was just so upset about it, and it like fully like took over my life for like 2 weeks because that was my first experience, and it's like no one should really know how to deal with it either. Like there's such an expectation for brand owners and influencers to rise above.
I love everyone.
And it's like, what?
Oddmuse should get a PR team. Like, what do you think what are they going to do?
Yeah.
What are the PR team going to do about people coming for you? Like, people don't understand how PR
You're not allowed to
works.
like learn from mistakes on TikTok. Everything just has to be perfect. So yeah, that's a new experience for me, but genuinely it's come about since actually enjoying my success for the first time in 5 years.
Yeah. And I think something else, which is, I mean, I thought it was just in the UK, but clearly it's in America as well, is that in the UK, people are terrible at, what's the word? Like, people in the UK are terrible at praising.
Yeah.
Like, you have a dream and they'll be like, oh, I don't know if that's going to work out. Whereas in America, normally it's like, follow your dreams.
Yeah.
But this has kind of made me feel a bit differently about that.
Yeah. I mean, America's so big and there's so many different, like, types of people. But yeah, generally in the UK, less people are clapping for you. That's 100% of things. Like through living in New York, I'm sitting at a random bar and I'll get talking to the person next to me and they're like, oh, do you own this brand? I'll connect you with my friend who's a merchandise. And there's just so much of that in New York, and you don't really get that in the UK.
No.
That's a clear difference that I've seen.
Which figure did you see that made you realise that Oddmuse was going to fundamentally just change your life?
What, in terms of like a sales figure?
Yeah, in terms of cash money.
I mean, just that day where Lorna posted about us and we took like 15 grand and the business only cost me like 12 to set up, and it was like breaking even in the first 2 weeks. Like there's a real like old fashioned corporate thing where you kind of like reinvest in for like 5 years and then you kind of start being profitable. So I think, the ability to just break even straight away. And then it kind of just grew from there. So like that was like a 10K day. And then the next launch was like a 60K launch. And it was kind of like every single time it's like, okay, this is going to be crazy. But with every spike I see, I reinvest that into a step that will take us to the next level. And that's why you've seen us go all the way up from like being like a TikTok brand to like this brand that has a store in New York next to Totem and next to Off-White. So with that, we've always kind of like grown them moments. It's all about keeping momentum up. But literally, if you're starting a brand, that day where you see like your first 5 sales, like that's even that in itself, that's when you know it's going to be crazy. And I think moving away from, we used to use TikTok really as like, we needed a viral TikTok to get sales. Once we moved into this place where TikTok's a bonus thing for us, it's fun for our community. But, if we don't go viral this week, the lights are still on. Once we moved into that, that's when I kind of thought like, this is a really safe space. This is a great business. This is sustaining its success. And that was around 2-3 years ago.
Let's talk about some numbers. What were you doing last year? What have you done this year? What do you think is going to happen next year?
So for the last 3-4 years of Oddmuse, we've been up 200% on the year. The growth has been crazy, but it's also been so stressful. It hasn't been like amazing for me. It hasn't been amazing for the team. And when you grow so quickly, sometimes your customers can suffer a little bit. We've never really been ready for all these spikes. So last year we took 24 million. And this year, honestly, we're aiming for 28 to 30. So it's around 60% growth. And that's just like steady growth that we see post launches. I had a conversation with
Does it make you feel weird when you say that number out loud?
Yeah, a little bit. But it's like, this is what I mean, though. Like, I haven't really been able to enjoy the last 4 years because that 200% year on year has been so stressful. So when people say to me, like, are you happy about that? Is that
like
mental?
28 million?
I'm just like happy to like be here because it was just so stressful for me. So yeah, I had a conversation in December with our head of growth, and we were doing this plan to be like £100 million brand in 2027, and I just said I don't want that. I don't want that. We wouldn't even need to change too much of what we're doing. It would more be like entering with the different markets with the same product, but I just don't want to do that because I just want to enjoy life now. And I've got a successful business. I'm very happy with the size it has been, but I'm not stressing myself out to grow it. I want it to just be supernatural from now on.
I'm trying to take a bit of a leaf out of Aimee's book at the moment, because for me, the past 3 years have been like, TikTok gets bigger, Instagram gets bigger, more of our social clients, more money. And then it comes to a point where you think, hold on, all I'm actually doing is working, going on brand trips, coming home working, going on brand trips. I haven't actually done anything.
Yeah, and I think it's important to have people in your life that remind you of that. Because before that, like my team are super young and we've just been on this growth train. We just want to take it as far as it can go. And it wasn't until I started hiring people more in senior management that have like lived this life. So my FD, for example, he's a lot older than me, he's got children, and he's constantly reminding me, like even yesterday, he just said to me, like, are you enjoying New York? Like, besides from work, like obviously I'm saying, I'm at the store every day, I'm doing this. And he's like, I don't care what you're doing in New York, I just want to know if you're enjoying it. And he told me a story of when he was building up his law firm and he got to like, I think his daughter was like 6 years old and she just stopped walking to greet him when he come in from work. And his wife just said to him, like, she doesn't really know you. Like, she goes to bed at 7, you get in at 6:30, and then you get out. And it's like, you can't look back and live life like that. I think it comes with age as well. Like, I'm 28, I'm nearly 30.
And also,
the last 5 years have been a blur.
You do have to give something up.
It's sacrifice.
To then have better
it's
few years
sacrifice,
afterwards.
but you need to have that conversation with yourself
when
you're happy.
What point do you stop and slow down and
because
enjoy
there's
it?
always going to be someone with a bigger brand than you and more money and doing this. Like,
no one needs to be
you're
Jeff
flying
Bezos.
business, someone's in first class. You're in first class, someone's flying private. You're flying private, they've got a bigger plane. Like, it just goes on and on and on. So like, when are you happy? So yeah, I kind of just had that conversation with myself and said, I don't really want to be $100 million brand. I'm not an investment-led brand. I'm a founder-led brand. I don't have any shareholders to pay. I'm happy.
moving on to something softer. If you could only take 3 beauty products with you to a desert island, what would they be?
I would take Weleda Skin Food.
I knew you were going to say that.
Or Nivea Creme.
Me and Aimee went on the Pullman with L'Oreal Paris for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And the waiter that was butler waiter that was serving us, he was so lovely. And you know,
I hope he sees this.
You know when like, we got off at the end, he went up to my mum and said, I've actually been following Isobel since she worked in the law firm, but I didn't want to say anything. Oh, so sweet.
He was amazing.
He was the most
But anyway,
loveliest
his
guy.
skincare routine is some sunbeds and some Nivea Creme.
So good. And when we got on, I was like,
I actually
wow.
bought it. I texted Isabel the other day, like, I've got bad skin, so I'm buying Nivea Creme. I've got to give
And
it a
he
go.
had the most amazing
He
skin.
had the most gorgeous
We walked
skin.
onto that train and I was like, what the hell are you using on your skin? Nivea Creme and sunbeds. I mean, I just admire the honesty.
But no, mine is Weleda Skin Food. I don't know what it's called, but it's like the e.l.f. Halo, like flawless filter dupe. That is amazing. And just Charlotte Tilbury blusher.
Love that.
Yeah.
No hair?
Oh, can I not keep my extensions? Can I not keep my extensions?
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
I probably would just bring my Dyson because I don't care to wear makeup if my hair
Where are
is
you
good.
going to plug it in?
Well, then, I don't know then.
So, since you started Oddmuse, there's been a big spike in people in the UK wanting to start their own brands, fashion brands, whatever you're selling. What would be your top piece of advice for anyone trying to start
I
their
think
own
my
brand?
biggest bit of advice is keep it small. Don't put pressure on yourself. Like, if you just think of really one good dress, release one good dress, and it's what we did with the blazer. And then I think the second part of that is, in order to succeed, you have to be original. I have seen so many sort of new brands that don't see that
I did see
success.
the other day a sleeveless dress.
Yeah, and it's like stuff like that doesn't really bother me anymore because you're only doing yourself harm there.
You are, yeah.
And it is hard to be original. Like, fashion is saturated, and you really have to have your own mission. Like, that's why Oddmuse was so successful from the beginning, because I was speaking on this term of slow fashion and buying better when no one else was saying it. So you really need to dig deep and be like, okay, what problem am I solving here? You can't just come into the market saying and doing things that other people are doing, because people just don't appreciate that. Like, there's so many
They've already seen it.
Yeah, there's so many intelligent people in the world, and they don't want to see anything that they've seen before. So I think start small and just be original. Like, you just have to. And that's my biggest bit of advice.
Okay, good question. If you lost everything in an hour's time when you leave this car, what would you do? What would you do? What would
burn this KA.
Don't burn it.
Well, if it's been a bad omen.
What a weird thing to say.
If I leave this KA and I lose everything, the KA is going. There'll be no more Passenger Princess.
It's not worth anything anyway.
I'm joking. No, what would I do if I lost everything? Can you repeat the question? Is that the question?
Yeah, what would you do if you stepped out of this car and like Oddmuse didn't exist? You had nothing. You had no car, no house, you didn't live in New York, you were just back in Essex in your bedroom.
What would I do? Well,
cry.
Duh. I would cry, but also this is another thing I'm going to tell people to do is when you hit success, you absolutely have to diversify. So I'm doing Oddmuse, and Oddmuse will always be like my main job, but I earn a lot more than I ever did at ASOS doing personal branding. I have property. I do properties now, and these are things. Maybe this is another thing that I'd like people to know about. I have made a conscious effort of diversifying, because that could happen. Like, whenever you've built a company to a certain point, I kind of had like a bit of an identity crisis 2 years ago. Like, I'm just Oddmuse. If I'm not Oddmuse, who am I? And it's like, at that point, I didn't even know what my interests were outside of work. Like, I had to like go rediscover that I like horses and just all this stuff that I like outside of work. So I think I would be fine, because I've had those conversations with myself. Yeah. And I think it's important for everyone to diversify. Like, TikTok's not going to be around forever. What happens when TikTok goes down?
I especially love the comments I get sometimes where people ask me why I bought a Birkin and not a house. Yeah. It's like, you've genuinely got no idea what I've put away and what I've got. And also, like, do you know how expensive it is to buy a house in London?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to buy a £2 million house right now.
Yeah.
It's just not a priority.
No, absolutely.
But I think that's a good thing for people to know. Like, you actually do other things.
You have to diversify for, you know, your own financial security, but also for your own sanity. Like, you never just want to be one thing. So yeah, I kind of feel like I'd be distraught, but I'd be okay.
What would you do though?
I think I would just go off grid.
Would you go on holiday?
Yeah, I think I would just like relax and just, it is what it is. But yeah, I'd obviously be distraught.
Yeah. I'd cry.
I'd cry on TikTok. I know that much.
So we're actually through our list of questions,
which
we actually did in record time because we love chatting.
Yeah.
So.
And we haven't seen each other in ages.
Yeah, so
but we're spending like the next week together, so it's maybe a little bit much.
I'm gonna be sick of her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sick of you. But this is coming out after our Saint-Tropez trip.
Yes.
So maybe we should talk about that briefly.
Oh, yeah.
Because we can put the clips
What's
in.
the plans? I don't know. Like, Isobel's planned this whole trip. I don't even know what we're doing.
So basically, I was given this ridiculously amazing opportunity by a private jet brand to have...
Which is going to outrage people.
Oh, I don't even want to know.
Anyone who flies private... I did like a shared dog service with like 10 other dog owners to fly my dog comfortably to New York. And
it should actually save you a lot of money and more flights.
And a lot of stress. Like I was moving to New York and America can be a little bit like, I didn't want to get there and they take my dog off me. Like I've heard stories of that. So it was more so like the paperwork thing. But yeah, it caused outrage.
So basically, I was offered a leg on a private jet with a private jet brand. Who is going to turn that down? Like, it's literally like a once in a lifetime opportunity.
I just think if this podcast inspires you to do anything, it's to become a content creator.
yeah. And I've actually been on, this is going to be my 4th private jet I've been on. I don't know how.
So good.
I just seem to have like always.
But like, why not? You've earned it.
Not?
Like, why the hell not?
Yeah. Back to the Saint-Tropez story. I was offered this leg on a jet, and every year for the past 3 years since I moved to London, I was introduced like to this more, what's the word, lavish lifestyle.
Yeah.
I have always gone to Saint-Tropez every summer. I've been single every summer. It's been like a hot girl trip to Saint-Tropez. But the places I've stayed and like the things I've been through, because I couldn't afford to stay in like a fancy hotel or book a fancy villa. Like I've stayed in some absolutely shit Airbnbs, but just so I could go to Saint-Tropez because it's so fun.
Why not?
And when you go there, you always meet someone and they'll like take you to all the tables and whatever. Like I'm a young girl, that's what happens. And anyway, this year I got offered this leg on a private jet and they said, you can book it anywhere in Europe. And immediately I thought, I'm going to plan the best, most, like my dream girls trip to Saint-Tropez. We're going to book a villa that's actually nice. We're going to turn up on a private jet. I'm going to get all the bookings that I want under my name, my tables. We can eat what we want. We can drink what we want. So we're basically going on a dream girls trip.
Basically like, it feels like your hen do.
Yeah, it does. It feels like my hen do. But
if you want to take us on a private jet to Saint-Tropez for your hen do, we're all going to be like, really?
Yeah, I've already done it now. But I think what's nice for everyone coming is that everyone that's coming, my friends that I never get to see because we're always all working, busy away. And it's been so nice, like the weeks leading up to it, because everyone's been texting me like, I can't wait to go to Saint-Tropez and have a week off. Like I've booked to have 3 days off, not posting on my TikTok.
Yeah.
Like that never happens.
Amazing.
Like I'm not posting. I'm not going to be going on the app.
Yeah,
I'm just going to be living.
Yeah.
So it's like I've literally planned this dream girls trip, but that opportunity has come from being a content creator.
Exactly. So don't start brand.
Yeah.
Become a content
Will
creator.
I be here?
No, I would say like since like being, everyone's asked me like, would you still do a founder like led brand if you could do it over again? Absolutely, because even this side of I'm actually with the same management company as you, but this whole other side of like content creation, like it's just insane.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have that other string to your bow. So like if you are doing a founder-led brand, just know when you do grow a following, you can monetize that.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I never knew I could do before. And that's actually been the most freeing part of it all, because Oddmuse is such a beast. It, you know, the revenue is amazing, but until the end of the year comes and we like do our taxes, I really don't know what money is like spare. Whereas like this content creation side of what I'm doing is like, it's my earned money. It's not got anything to do with anyone else in the team or like in the business. I don't really know anything about that until I get told at the end of the year. So it's quite a freeing thing to have that sort of like income.
But that's one of the other reasons why I have a completely separate business, because if I did this alone, I personally would find it quite consuming and self-obsessive.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing else going on apart from me being booked for jobs, me working with brands. So it gives me, I actually love it when I get to go to... That's so true.
Like it's a great side hustle, but it just can't be your everything.
Yeah. When I go to a client shoot and I'm filming them, I love it.
Yeah.
And they're always so confused. I turn up like basically in a tracksuit with no makeup and a camera on, and they're like, Isobel, I thought you were in Mykonos. I'm like, no, hon, that was last week. I batch filmed my content. Like, I'm working this week.
Yeah.
Like, I'm being Izzy McDonald, as my mum said. I'm not being Isobel Lorna.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. But yeah, no, I do get that. I couldn't do it full time, but I feel like obviously people do it full time.
People that do, I have a lot of respect for, because I think to be able to constantly be it's like so vulnerable as well. You're only posting and doing your personal brand.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about you. It's all down to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for having me on. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I've very much enjoyed it.
What do you think of the furnishings?
I think buy your bags and keep the car.
Yeah. I don't even have a USB port. I've got an
You've got like a fire
cigarette lighter down there. This is broken.
Oh.
Anyway.
No.
It's not going to go back up. But thanks for coming on.
Thanks.
What have you got on the rest of the day?
I'm actually going on a panel with drapers, and I viewed a store this morning, New London store.
Love that. Bigger?
Yeah, bigger, better. It's on New Bond Street.
Bigger is always better.
Yeah, bigger is always better. So yeah, that's what
I'm
doing.
We'll finish on that note and see you on the next episode. Bye.